appreciate yourself. I want you to appreciate yourself for making it to this meeting. Um, and I promise you it's going to be a very brief one. And just like the name suggests, it's going to be a conversation, all right? And we're going to have to dissect a lot of things as it regards how to make it big in this year, all right? So um, thank you so much for being here. Some of you made so huge sacrifices to be here, and that's not taken for granted. And I want to encourage you to have your writing materials close by and be able to take down information even as we start immediately. All right. My name is Gideon Chiedozie Okeke, and I'm going to be taking you in this session tonight. As we progress in subsequent months, there are going to be a lot of other guests who are going to be joining us. So I want to plead with you to pay attention and to be ready to act all that we're going to discuss today. So let me tell you a brief about the Bold Money College. It's a strategic finance and entrepreneurship academy whose vision is to build a network of excellent business leaders across Africa and the globe who win constantly and intentionally in the business world. That's the summary of what we are doing at the Bold Money College. All right. So we want you to go to our website. Our website is still under maintenance, but very soon it will be up. So boldmoneycollege.com. We're going to be able to understand a lot about what we do and how we do them. All right. So a little intro about me. My name is Chiedozie Gideon Okeke. I have my higher national diploma in mass communication, a master's in business administration, doctorate in strategic management and leadership development. I have 12 books published, founder of Impactful Global Youth Initiative, creative director at Lost Fico Resources Limited, director English Digital Resources Africa, guest lecturer at West Africa Media and Broadcast Academy, guest lecturer at Impact Field Leadership Institute, convener Finance and Entrepreneurship Conference, and the president of Bold Money College. These highlights a few ways to summarize my person and my personalities. All right. So thank you so much for being here, and I hope you're going to learn a lot. So let's go into the next first exercise, and I would want you to join me in this because what we are here to do is a conversation. A what? A conversation. So the first question is, oh, you really can't hear me? Please, is any other person hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. I think it's from his own end. Mr. Gideon, I encourage that you go out, you log out and come back. I think by so doing, you would be able to, okay. So some other people can hear me. All right, so there's a very huge question I want to ask you this night. And that question is, how much did you spend in December 2023? I want you to have a piece of paper around you and begin to write. How much did you spend? That's the first question. How much did you spend in December 2023? Last month. All right, Mr. Gideon, thank God you can hear me now. How much did you spend last month? I want you to write it down. I will want maybe a few people to respond to that question. How much did you spend? We want to start with spending. Want to start with spending. How much did you spend in this year that just passed? Have you written it down? Be sincere to yourself, because I'm going to get to this point where we're going to connect this question to the entire session. How much did you spend in December 2023? And I need one person who's going to volunteer to tell us how much did you spend in the last year? In the last month, not really last year, last month. Who's volunteering to tell us? That's a very heavy question. How much did you spend last year, last month? How much did you spend last month? Many people here do not know. There's no record about that. We will come to that. Now, what does money mean to you? I need two persons to respond on this because we have come for a conversation. What does money mean to you? What does money mean to you? So, Mr. Malaki, what does money mean to you?
Well, in economics, they say money
Hmm?
is also a medium of comfort. I accept that it's a medium of exchange, and also I'm adding that it's also a medium of comfort.
Okay. It's a medium of exchange and it is also a medium of comfort. Like it's a medium of comfort. I think I like that definition. It's something that gives you comfort. Whatever you want in this life, most of them, money can buy it. Most of the things that you're struggling, you're breaking your head, you're trying to do, money can buy it. So I want another person, Mr. Gideon, what does money mean to you? Mr. Gideon, can you hear me? What does money mean to you? Okay, having said that money is a means of exchange, money is a means of comfort, money is a defender, money is a weapon, money answered to all calls, money answered to all things. The Bible has a way of explaining how important money is in the life of anybody. The Bible has a way of explaining that. Like if you read the Bible very well, you understand the way, the pattern in which the Bible explains or defines or try to tell us how important it is for you to have money. At a point, it was like the counsel of a wise poor person. If you are wise, or if you are wise and you don't have money, Bible had a way of explaining that you will not be regarded no matter what you do if you don't have money. So it's important, even as you try to develop many other parts of your life, you also try to develop your financial muscles, all right? So I say here that money is a product of service and products offered. Money is a product of services and products offered. Money is a product of services and products offered. So if you offer something as a product or service, you get money as a reward. All right. Money is a product of services and products offered. So you must have when business teachers teach, they emphasize on these two things: services or products. You must have something. You must have something that you are offering: services or product, services or product, services or product. You must at least develop one of these. all right? And there are different ways of developing services and products, all right? If you're writing, your book could be a service. Your product could be, your book could be a product, all right? If you're a graphic designer, your skill could be a service. So you must have something that you are giving in order to get that product, that byproduct that is called money. So you must have something you are exchanging in form of services and products for you to be able to get money. So I said that the process of offering goods and services for money is called business. The process of offering goods and services for money is called business. All right. And you see, someone would easily ask me and say, what of people like us who go to market, who go to schools as teachers? All right. Are we doing business too? Yes, you are doing business because you are offering something to the school management, to the students, and the school management collects money and pays you. All right. So you are doing business. And until you begin to see it as a business, you might definitely not do well in it. You might definitely not do well in it until you begin to see it as a business. So you must see that work that you are doing as a business. Yes, see it as a business. So the process of offering the goods and services you have for money is called business. And it is very, very important that you have a business you are doing. All right. If you must make something, if you must make money, if you must be able to live comfortably, especially with the definition Mr. Malaki gave at the beginning, that it's also a means of comfort. If you must get that means of comfort, you must have an offering, and that should be in form of goods and services. So what businesses are you doing? Do you have something you are doing already? All right. I don't encourage anybody around me to be idle. You must have something you are doing. You must have something you are doing. What are the metrics that made it a business? How is it? How do you define that thing you are doing now as a business? Why do you define it? What are the metrics? What are the things that you will say, these are the reasons why I define this as a business? All right. Now, the next question is, what are your plans to scale that business in this year, 2023? What are the plans? What are the plans you have to scale that business? What are the plans? What have you put in place? Now, I want to share with us about 7 very important tools in scaling your business this year. And that is to have a clear-cut vision about that business with numbers. Clear-cut vision about that business with numbers. Emphasis on with numbers. I'm going to come there. Now you cannot drive anything. You cannot drive anything that you do not know the destination you are going to. You cannot drive any business until you see where you are going to. All right. Like if you ask me about Bold Money College, I'll tell you that in the next 10 years, it's going to be a full-fledged business school with branches around the world, physical offices around the world, and operating so well on the social media and on the online space. All right. And that is what is making me to do what I'm doing. And that is what is making me to raise a team of young people who are actually interested in what we are doing. A team of young people who are actually committed in what we are doing. Because I have a vision already. And I'm running a business. This is a business. You get? This is a business with a vision. And you have to be clear about it. You must not know how to go about it, but you have to be clear about it. You have to know something about it. You have to be sure that this is where I'm going to. You have to be clear about the destination. I wouldn't advise you to stay until you are very clear about the route. You understand? You must not be clear about the route, but you must be clear about the destination. You must be clear that, come on, I am riding to Abuja. I am driving to Abuja. All right. I am driving to Abuja. On your way from Abuja, on your way to Abuja, you're going to see a lot of troubles, a lot of challenges, a lot of traffic, and you might even have to divert. You might take another route, but you are going to Abuja. You have seen Abuja that you are going to. And when I say with numbers, it means there are things you are sure you want to get. You understand? This year, I want to make this number of millions in the first quarter. I want to make this number of millions in the second quarter. There are numbers on it, specifics. So when you are setting your goals and your vision, make it measurable. Measurable. Smart goals are measurable. This is not the first time you are hearing it, probably. This is one of those days you are hearing it, but now you must begin to practice it. How many thousand do I want to make in a week? Measurable figures. Put figures to it. So that at the end of 1 week, I did not make 100,000. It means I did not fulfill that goal. I did not get across that goal. I did not go. I need to reset. I need to start chasing it in the next quarter, in the next section. But if you say, okay, we want to become $1 million business in 1 year. What does $1 million mean? Is it $1 million? Is it $100 million? So how will you measure it at the end of the year? So you must have numbers. You must have measurables. You must have things that, come on, if this happens like this, it means that I have achieved this goal and I am going upwards, right? And you must have a progressive mindset about it. Don't fix your mind at something. Be progressive in nature. Let your mind be progressive. Let it see possibility. Let your mind see possibility everywhere. Don't say, this is not how they do it. This is how we do it in our village, and we must follow the patterns, the traditions, and the customs of our land. No, you must have it fixed. You must have a progressive mindset and not a fixed mindset. Number two, you must work on a system of smooth delivery. We've talked about you having a business, or you are functioning in a business. You already have a business, or you are creating one. So you must be thinking, how am I going to work around this and make sure that it doesn't require that I must be there all the time? Make sure that it doesn't require my presence all the time. Make sure that there are systems that will make sure that these products, these goods, these services get to my clients in good time. Get to my clients in good time. Amaka, I would appreciate that you mute your microphone. Amaka, how do I do it that it gets to my clients in good time? That is, you must work on. It doesn't matter how good and efficient you are. If your delivery is not efficient, if your packaging and delivery is not efficient, you are going to have issues. So how am I going to move this and get it to my clients? What are the measures I must put in place to make sure that these goods and services are available at the time they want it, right? So you might have to consider outsourcing some. You might have to consider partnering with riders. You might have to consider getting people to do some things that you can't do at the moment. You might have to consider employing more hands. But whatever you will do for your product and your goods and services to get to your client in good time and well done. In good time and well done. All right. There's a difference between in good time and well done. And sometimes you deliver in good time, but you deliver shabbily because you were rushing. All right. So number three, a system for generating sales. You must have to begin to look into the ads word. Ads. Recently, I said to myself, come on, you must have to pay to get these people to buy it. You must have to pay to get these people to buy what you are selling. You have a lot with you and you have a lot to offer, but sometimes organic does not sell. Organic does not sell as much as you project. Organic sales actually brings your goods and services to a few people. But when you become conversant, when you become um, intentional about ads on all the platforms, you are likely going to generate more. And then another means of generating sales is goodwill. You must be able to deliver fine, because you would want somebody to refer you. So if you must scale your business in this year, you must be able to deliver fine. And I've mentioned it, deliver in good time and well done. Because one customer you treated right, you delivered for him or her in good time and well done, could refer 5 others. And those 5 others could refer other. If you've been in network marketing or you've been in network marketing seminar, you will understand that family tree they used to draw. One person connected to the others keep connecting you and keep connecting you to their family members, village people, and yard people. So you must be able to deliver fine and in good time. So I have mentioned the art and other strategies, and I've always said it that the best strategy is good delivery. You must deliver very fine. All right. So when we talk about the global presence, you must begin to think about how you bring your business to the global audience. And the social media has given us that platform to be able to deliver to the global audience. People you don't know, begin to plan any business that is not on the social media, that is not on the internet, and very active on the internet, has decided or destined itself to fail in this current dispensation. There was a time it was not so. There was a time you don't need to be online, but now you need to be online. You need to be online, and you need to be very active online. You need to be intentional about it. You need to spend money being online. You need to even spend money knowing about how to be online. All right. So money sense, number 5, money sense, how to scale your business. You must invest in knowledge. You must invest in knowing about how to make those money, how to invest it, how to make sure they multiply, how to keep doing it. The strategies you must invest to money game. You must invest in money games, in learning how smart people invest money, in learning how smart people use their money. Do you understand? Number 6, high level of do or die commitment. You see, they always tell you politics is not a do or die affair. All right. But I want to tell you that you need a high level of do or die commitment for you to scale any sort of business in this century, especially in this year, 2024, that a lot of people have projected hardship, have projected a lot of pain coming, a lot of things, hey Jesus, a lot of things have been projected. In this year, a lot have been projected. So you must have a high level do or die commitment. Like you see it as, I must do this. I must get committed. I must carry my market for head. You see, people will be like, carry your market for head, though. Nobody will carry your market for you. You must have to do that. And that is the commitment I am talking about. Whatever you get into, whatever you are offering, you must be committed about it. You must be talking about it. You must find strategies. You must find ways. I told you that you should know, you should have a vision. There should be a goal, but the destination is known by setting up the goals. I want to become this in so year. You already know the destination, but the route, you don't really need to know all of them, because as you begin to progress, you have issues on the way and you have to divert. And high level of do or die commitment will help you not to give up. You can easily give up. Anything can toss you up and down if you are not committed to it. So you must be committed to it. Now, continuous evaluation. Continuous evaluation. A man who does not evaluate himself A life that is not continuously evaluated is not worth living. A business that is not continuously evaluated is not worth living. It's not worth building. All right. So you must evaluate yourself with your team, with the people that you're working with. And of course, I've mentioned team. It means you are not going to succeed alone. You are not going to succeed alone. No matter what you have, no matter where you've gone, you are not going to succeed alone. As you scale in this year, you need to invest in money generating programs. And the first of them is that you have to invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Make sure you put something in yourself so that when you stand, people will know that you've come. All right. So invest in yourself. Put enough content in yourself. Enough. And when we talk about invest in yourself, it's not really about plenty money. It's not really about plenty money. You must not have so much money to be able to invest in yourself. You can invest in yourself by reading. You can invest in yourself even by studying, by attending free conferences, by attending free webinars. You understand? So that is one of the ways to invest in yourself if you don't have money to pay for programs. Like this year, January, I have decided, I've done a budget on what I am going to do, what I'm going to learn. And I've done a budget of about 250,000 for January alone. All right? I have to get into cities to learn stuff. I am investing in myself. It doesn't matter if the investment you are investing in yourself is paying off. Now, the most important thing is that it will pay off. All right. So go and learn those things that are going to help your business. Pay money, spend money, pay. Take time, learn them. Now, I'm not saying that you are learning them because you are the one that will be doing it. No, but because you will have an idea around it, and you can be able to become a better leader for the staff that you are going to employ to do that. All right? So that you can be able to lead them, so that you have an idea, so you know what they are talking, so that you know the language they are speaking. All right? Invest in yourself. Invest in that thing you are building. And show you, if you're a baker, make sure that you are grounded. There's no amount too much to pay for learning. There's no amount too much to pay for learning. I can actually encourage you to borrow money for learning. Yes, I can encourage you to borrow money for learning. It's a proper investment, right? To grow your money, you must reinvest in what gives you the money. So what is giving you money now? How are you going to scale it to give you more money? You must sit down and ask yourself, this is what is giving me money. If I do it in a bigger way, it might give me bigger money. So you sit down and draw it, bring out enough money and invest in it. Even if it means calling for investors, you actually have to do that. Even if it means borrowing money, you have to do that. All right? Invest in people and relationships. Invest in people and relationships. We are going to devote a particular section within this year. We're going to devote a particular section to talk about people and relationships, because there are tables that needs to be shaken. There are things that needs to be spoken about. There are things that we need to know as business people on how to relate with people. All right. So please invest in people, and there are diverse ways of doing that. And as I promised, we're going to have more detailed class. You must avoid easy money making scheme. No money is easy. Please, when they tell you bring this one in 3 hours, you will get double. Run, no. They say, we want to double the money in 3 hours. Run, no. I was speaking to somebody recently. I was like, have you heard what they call Ben Johnson? Ben Johnson, there's this kind of run that you will run and it will be regarded as a Ben Johnson. That you are running and your footwears are off and your leg is touching the back of your head. That is the kind of run you have to run for. Easy money making scheme. Right? There's quick money. You can become rich quick. All right, you can become rich quick. If you read the Millionaire Fast Lane, you understand the concept of quick riches. All right, get rich quick. All right, but there's something about get rich easy. Get rich, you must run away from that one. Get rich easy, you must run away from that one. I say it is easy. You don't need to do anything. You just have to bring two people, and then two people will bring the other ones. You must run away from this kind of business. I'm not saying that network marketing is bad, but you must run away from anything that promises you to be very easy. Some people say it is too good to be true. If it is too good to be true, then it is not true at all. If it is too good to be true, just know that it's not true. All right. So now we're going to talk about how to work on budget. Spending is an enemy of growth. There's no justification to living above your personal income. You might have a valid but unjustified excuse. So some excuses are valid. Oh, your excuses are valid, but most times they are not justifiable. All right. So, firstly, you must work on a budget. You must work with a budget. Every month, there should be something you are spending on data. There should be something you are spending on food. There should be something you are spending on this. Now, I'm going to tell you how to determine how to budget, how to determine how to budget. And that is when I get to the accountability. All right, but let me just do it quickly. You should be able to take record of every single thing you spend on. Every single thing you spend your money on, you should be able to take note of those things. In January, I spent my money on this. I bought biscuits, I bought food, I gave this person money, I gave this person money, I gave this person money, I bought this, I bought that, I catered for my children, I paid for their school fees. And by the time you're able to do these 3 months, you should be able to know around which figure that you spend every month on food. That will help you to budget on food, especially if you have the money. And if you think it's too much, you can now cut down on how many times you eat, how many snacks you take, or extras. You understand? I'm still going to come to the extras in our food. All right. So being responsible saves you so much, saves you so much money. And do you know friends? Do you know people who are deep into alcohol, deep into smoking, deep into humanizing, deep into partying? Do you know those people who live wayward lives? Do you do you know how much they spend on those things? If you're into alcohol, go and calculate how much you spend on drinks in a month. Just drinks alone. When you find out the figures and find out the figures that you spend on other things, irresponsible things, you just get shocked at the money that you are looking for in the hands of your destiny helper. You have already gotten it and you squandered it on things that are not very responsible, right? And what are the profits? Things that are going to still take money from you. The response, the profit, the outcomes of those irresponsible lives are things that are going to take money, plenty money away from you, and even your loved ones. If you take alcohol, you are damaging organs. There are organs you are suffocating. If you womanize, there are diseases you are inviting. And you are doing all these things with your money, with your hard-earned money. Smokers are liable to die young. Do you understand? But you are buying smoke, you are buying all these things with your hard-earned money, your money. Number 3, we are trying to say how you can be able to save more money to be able to scale your business. Number 3, we said don't carry loads that have nothing to do with you, that you have nothing to do with. Don't become the Messiah and the El Shaddai of everybody, the King of Kings. You want to drag with God, the Kings of Kings. One person calls you and says, my mother is dying, you send money. My uncle is fainting, you send money. We are just drinking, guy, you send money. I did this for years, actually. Because when I teach from experience in most times. Most times. I did this for years. It was recently that I even said to myself, if the person wants to die, let the person die. Because I found out that I was making a whole lot of money, and I'm taking record. I do take records of the income and the expenses, and I found out that I'm making a whole lot of money, and I am spending it on people, solving people's needs. And when you see me, you'll be like, is this guy really making this money? Has he even eaten today? Right? So you must choose your fight. You must do what? Choose your fight. It is your own fight. Choose it by yourself. Don't allow people drag you into their own fight. Don't allow people drag you into their irresponsibility in managing finances, their financial irresponsibilities. The person will eat his house rent and then he will call you to come and pay because he thinks that, oh, no, you have the money. And because of how compassionate you are, you bring out the money. Recently, I posted something. I saw a picture that said that where the road stay wicked. And then I grabbed it and I posted it on my state. And people were commenting. Sometimes you need to stay wicked, especially when it has to do with managing money. Gideon, are you saying we should not be compassionate? You must be wise. You must be wise. You should be compassionate, but there's a place of wisdom in being compassionate. All right. So there's a place of wisdom in being compassionate. I want you to go and watch on YouTube. There is this message on black tax. Black tax. Go and watch that series on YouTube by Apostle Femi Lazarus. Go and watch those series. And when you watch them, you're going to see how some of you have been spending money on things that you don't need to, right? I want to encourage you to empower people around you. If you can, empower them, let them have something they are doing and be able to solve problems together with you, right? You must not spend because you have it. Because you have the money, you must not spend it. You must not spend it. I have 20,000 and there's a need for 20,000. You must take time. In fact, be shrewd. Be shrewd on how spending money. Take your time. There's this thing they used to teach us that if you're angry, that you should count 1 to 10. I count 1 to 10 before you spend money. Count 1 to 10 before you spend money. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 to 10. Or you take 10 minutes, or you take 10 days before you make decisions that has to do with a lot of money. It's very important, all right? Don't be so eager to give because you will fall into trouble, all right? And focus. Focus. I've said earlier that you should invest in what gives you money. You should invest in what gives you money. So get committed to it. It's even that commitment that will make you invest in that. This is my business. This is what I'm trying to grow. You put back the money. The money comes, you put it back. The money comes, you put it back. And that's how empires are built. That's how things are built. Do you understand? Put away money you are not using. You have accounts that you have only one account. That's very wrong. And that account has USSD. It has app. It has ATM card. That is where all your money is coming into. Oh, no, 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 no. Someone will call you from the village and say, your grandfather that died few years ago, that he's about to resurrect. Let's bring money and do one sacrifice. And then you will send the money. They'll just use your sense and collect more money from you. They'll call you, want to do burial for someone that died 100 years ago. Bring money. Because the money is available. You can move anytime. All right? So I advise that if you are not investing immediately, have a separate account that doesn't have anything. Banks will always tell you, we want you to, you must have a card on this account. You must have a card. We are not transferring anything less than 100,000. For that sake, you must go and get a card. Insist, tell them that this is a savings account. You are not getting any card, all right? Or USSD or anything. Put away those money. put away those money. Initially, I was like advising people that if you must save money, you must save it for a purpose. All right. But recently, after reading a book called The Psychology of Money, I also understood that you must not really have a need or a purpose or a reason to save money. You should build savings or saving money from yourself as a habit. Build it as a habit. All right. Initially, I was like, okay, just have a peg that money on something so that you don't use it for another thing. That is a very good strategy. All right. It's a very good strategy that you say, I am saving for a laptop, and you focus. Laptop is 200, 300,000. You focus until you put up all the money and you move the money and get the laptop, or you move the money and get an equipment. All right. That's a very good strategy. But even at that, you should also know that you must not have a reason all the time to save money. So begin to strategize. We're going to deal on this as we begin to unfold the programs of the Bold Money College on how to save money, how to build that capacity of saving money, how to build saving money as a habit. All right. Just put away, have an account somewhere where you put away all the money. All right. As they flood into your main account, your transfer account, the account you have access to, and you just say, this one go here. All right. And build that discipline not to walk into the banking hall to always pick it up. All right. And then think of investing, reinvesting that money. As it grows up and grows up and grows up and grows up, think of where you will put it to keep that money, the value of that money increasing, or where you put it to give you returns. All right. Don't be afraid of losing money. You will lose money. You should lose money sometimes. All right. But don't be afraid of losing money. The fear of losing money most times keep people from making money. All right. So if you must be big, if you must grow big, you must be ready to lose money. Come on, you must be ready to just make sure that you already know that you must be ready to lose money. You must be ready. It's part of it. Like you must be ready to lose money. And if sometimes there are some money that you will lose and you just go and cry, after crying, please come back and still take more risk, especially calculated risks. All right. So invest in good food and remove the extras. Recently, I began to run away from a lot of things. All right. So after my convocation in December, one of my friends that saw my pictures called and we spoke for close to an hour. And then she was like, that you're growing, you're overgrowing, you're growing too big, and it is not healthy and all that and all that and all that. So I had to take the advice and I began to monitor what I eat. All right. These days, I don't drink too much of drinks. Anything that is not water, it's rare. You understand? Before that, it was like, oh, if I get to event, I must take this, I must. No, but now it's rare. All right. And I began to understand that I save more money. Yeah, I save more money from all those akara, all those chin chin, all those peanuts, all those every other. Sometimes you just be coming back, you want to buy yogurt, and all those things are implicating, are doing some things, are shifting some things, are trying to cause trouble for you in the body. You understand? So when you invest in just good food, remove all the extras. Use the money for the extras and become more useful for yourself and your business. Accountability. Accountability is simply discipline. You must be accountable. You need to discipline yourself. Be accountable to yourself. Money answers to discipline. All right. So I would suggest that if you're running a business, you pay yourself, reinvest the remaining into that business, which I have said before. Spend from your pay. All right, restrict yourself. Let it be one of your New Year resolution. Restrict yourself and say, Gideon, come on. You have 40,000 naira salary, and you must live on that 40,000 naira salary. No matter happen, no matter what happens, you have 40,000. A whole 40,000. You must learn how to live on it. All right. So every other money goes to the business. You must learn how to detach yourself from the business. This is this limited, and this is John Okeke. Every money that comes for the business goes to the business. And when they want to pay Gideon Okeke, they pay Gideon Okeke. All right, that will help you to stay disciplined on yourself and grow the business. All right. So record every expenses. Before that, stay on budget. We've talked about making budgets, but before that, please make budgets. Budget on things you need to do for the business and for your personal use, or for yourself. Record every expenses and track where you are spending more. Record every expenses. Very important. Like, you need to record. Some people will be like, record the high ones. No, it's those small ones that collect money from you. It's those small ones that take money from you. But you must have to record every expenses. If you drink water today, record it. If you take transportation, record it. If you buy an egg, record it. If you buy fruits, record it. Take a record somewhere. At the end, you will now ask yourself, come on, how much am I spending on this? Do I need to cut it down? All right? That will help you a lot. I believe that as we begin to progress, we'll talk more on all these things. Increase income. Increase the income. We always think of a way, how do I increase this money? How do I increase this income? The trouble in this country and even in the world is increasing. And it means that inflation is rising. There's inflation. The cost of things are rising. So if your income does not increase, even as a teacher, even as a staff worker, even as a government worker, you must also be thinking of how to increase income, because they will not increase it for you. They don't have the money to increase it for you. They're even thinking of how to be able to increase it, but they might not be able to do it. So you must think of how to increase income. If I am a teacher, I can begin to teach online. I can begin to do content. I can begin to do this. I can begin to do that. The idea is that I want to increase the money coming in. I want to have more channels. Do I need to learn more things? Do I need to offer more services? What do I do to make sure that that income is coming, that income is constantly coming? All right, so you must begin to think, how do I increase income? Report to someone. Accountability means that you are answerable to someone. Please report to someone. Report to someone. Have someone over your head, especially while you are still small. Have someone over your head. There's a level you will grow in life, you will find it difficult to even submit to people. Yes. There's a level you will grow in life, it becomes naturally difficult for you to submit to people. In fact, you have a taste of who you want to submit to, and you might not reach them. So as you're still growing so little, so small, you have to begin to look at who you submit to, who you are answerable to, who should call you and say, this is how to do this, who you should ask questions, how do I go about this? All right? That's in a local balance, or in the normal way, we call it mentorship, right? So have a mentor who has gone ahead and knows how to be able to do that, all right? Now, I also say that collaboration is the major key for shared prosperity. Collaboration is the major key for shared prosperity. You cannot do it alone. So you must have a team. You must work with people, either volunteers or paid staff. You must work with them. You must work with people who are higher than you. You must work with people who are lower than you. You must work with people who are at your level. All right? In every way, learn how to build strategic relationship about making money. It is not just about you making the profit. It's about how can 10 of us come together and make profit of 100 million in how many months? In a few months. All right? Not about how can I make 5 million. Do you know that within that period, when 10 people were able to come together and pull up 100 million, if you are doing all alone, you might not be able to achieve 10% of that money. Now, the Bible made it clear that one shall chase 1,000, two shall chase 10,000. You can imagine the gap between 10,000 and 1,000. 9,000 in between, just that you added extra one person to your team, that you collaborated with one person, extra 10,000, extra 9,000, making it 10,000. But all alone, within that time frame, you can just do 1,000. And the question becomes, would you want to grow? The question becomes, how far would you want to go? The question becomes, are you just doing this for the fun, or you mean business? If you mean business, business is not done alone. You must have to involve people, and you must have to be strategic about it. You must have to partner with people to deliver programs, products, and projects, and make your own money from them. So it's intentional art. You must be intentional about it. You must be intentional about it. So at this point, I'm going to open up for questions and answers before we now conclude. Please, can we have your feedback? I've been talking and talking and talking and talking, and I would want to have your feedback now, questions and answers. So please, what have you learned so far? How has the session been? Do you have a question? So I would want to hear from everybody. Who is going first? So the question is, who is going first?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, very clear.
Okay, it's Malaki.
All right, welcome, Mr. Maraki.
Yeah, I have one question. When you said money, saving, assuming I decide not to be saving the money physically, as in I decide to, as the money is coming, I decide to be investing it. Like I'm investing it in like real estate, buying property instead of keeping the money, which I know will lose value. Is it not better for me to use it and buy like properties that will appreciate and give me more value? Thank you. That's
Exactly. Exactly. You see, I made mention that one of the best strategies in saving is having a plan for something, knowing what you want to do with the money, right? I want to buy land. In the next 2 years, me and you is land that we want to buy, all right? Want to buy lands all the time. So what do you do? Okay, this estate is developing. I want to buy land here. No, you use your account to mop up money and pay for it. You understand? Use your account to mop up money and pay for it. That kind of savings is the one that you have a reason for saving, right? You have a reason for saving. And once the money is up to what you want for that reason, you move the money. all right? And I have also mentioned that you must invest in something that will give you more returns. Don't tie down money, all right? Now, when we begin to build the habit of savings, it will also give us the platform or the opportunity to unconsciously have money to buy properties anytime we want to, all right? So I wouldn't even advise anybody to leave money in bank for long term, all right? So if you have built the momentum, the habit of saving all the time, maybe once in 3 months, you go and draw the money and buy properties. Maybe once in 3 months, you go and invest the money in a business that will still keep giving you money. But the main thing is that you already have a habit, is running in your blood already that, come on, I am saving this as a habit. It becomes a habit, just like you eat food every day. Do you understand? You don't need any special occasion or any special ritual to eat food. Food becomes something that is inbuilt with you. But don't tie down your money somewhere in one bank like that. I was somewhere in Owerri, and one of the guest speakers was speaking about banking, how you'll be able to fix your money, and then how you'll be able to be saving money for your kids. And I was asking myself, come on, this money that they are saving for their kids, these kids, some of these kids are not even born yet. If this person signs a contract with the bank for this money to stay 10, 20 years, and the money is there 10, 20 years, and the money is there 10, 20 years, and they now come and give the money to the child, maybe another accrued percentage for them keeping the money have lost value. The money have lost value. Look at fuel. Last year, by this time last year, or let's say early February last year, in Nigeria, fuel was 200 naira, 220 naira. By the end of January last year, 1 year later, we are buying it more than times 3, right? And that is how the money that you've packed in for your child will just be devaluating, right? In next 20 years, you might be surprised that you'll be buying. I'm not being a prophet of doom, but you might be surprised that you'll be buying a bottle water for 1 million naira, and somebody has saved 1 million naira for the child for over 10 years, and the child will go and collect the money and use it and buy water. I was speaking with a man, and he told me that some years back, about 35, 40 years ago, that as a Nigerian, as a teacher in Nigeria, you can afford to go to London on a weekend, can afford flight ticket to London in a weekend, a return ticket, fly in and come back for a weekend as a teacher with your 1 month salary. Now imagine as a principal, imagine how many months salary a principal would need to go to London. As at then, they do not need visa to go to London, to go to UK, to go anywhere. But now, imagine, tides have changed. So you must be very smart in investing your money in something that does not change, or does not waste, or does not decay, or that gives you a high assurance that this thing is going to keep appreciating, that this thing is going to keep appreciating. And one of the things that have been projected over the years is landed properties, lands, right? Land, real estate. And I've not seen any other thing that has been projected like that, but people are also projecting crypto, but crypto is dicey. No, I am not telling you or advising you or giving you where to go and invest your money, but I am just telling you what is obtainable. So you might decide, you have to do the decision yourself. Personally, this is where I want to invest. And I have also mentioned it severally. Invest in what gives you money. Grow it. Let the money come bigger, then you can invest in other things. Thank you, Mr. Maraki. I don't know if I answered your question. Mr. Malaki, did I answer your question? Mr. Malaki, did I answer your question? I can't hear you. You are not you are muted. If you want to speak, you could unmute yourself. All right. Do we have any other question? Okay. Before we call it a day, I want to give an offer to so many of us that are here. The Bold Money book is going to be coming out very soon, and we have officially opened up for pre-orders. Bold Money book is an interesting material that you must have to get and read, right? It's over 100 pages material that it simplifies how to scale your business for you, right? So you must get it. You have to get it. It's important you get it. So for today and the people that joined this session and the few other people in the community group, we are putting it up for just 1,000 naira for the ebook, just 1,000 naira for the e-copy, just 1K, urgent 1K. And that will be an investment into your life, right? Because especially those who has not joined the community, if you are able to pay this 1K now, you're going to get the book, you're going to join the community. In fact, we just finished working on a grant application, but the community is where you have a lot of young people who are there to learn, network, and build businesses, all right? And we have opportunities springing up, and these opportunities will just be shared to the community members. To join the community after now is not going to be anything less than 100,000, all right? So, but if you're able to pre-order the Bold Money book, you are going to have access to the community without paying any further money, all right? But community has rules, you must also understand, all right? So it is just 1,000 naira now, and you have secured your soft copy, and the hard copy is just 3,000 if you need a hard copy. Or you can do 1,000 naira now and then upgrade by the time we launch in February, all right? So please, I encourage you. In fact, it's something you should do. We don't need to be pets or doing that. So we are going to release the account details and the mode at which you are going to pre-order immediately. So please, there are platforms you are on now. It will be posted immediately. In fact, it should be posted by now. It should have been posted by now. We are going to have the account details. Just pay into the account, send your evidence to the person whose number is there, and then you are going to be added to a WhatsApp group for only people who have pre-ordered that book, all right? And then you're also going to be added to another WhatsApp group for community members. And that community group is one of the best things that will happen to you as an entrepreneur in this city and across board. In Nigeria, one of the best things, because we're going to pull all our weight around it and have you and get you have access to premium business developers and speakers, business people who have made their marks in their cities and in their industry. We're going to have access to them just for free of charge. All right, so please do well to follow the instructions and pre-order immediately. I am waiting for you at that end of the tunnel, all right? And of course, while we go through the tunnel, we are going to carry our own light. They said there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And recently, while I drive around town, Enugu, we have only one major tunnel actually. So while I drive through the tunnel, I realized that I carry my own lights into the tunnel, right? So some people who are waiting for light at the end of the tunnel do not really understand or do not really know that they are carrying something and they are carrying light into the tunnel. So wherever you get into the tunnel, make sure that your lights are on, all right? And you don't need just to get at the end to have light. You have light even while you are going through that. But the 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 light at the end of the tunnel is always bigger, but you must carry your own light through the tunnel. So guys, I want to get a review. Can somebody say maybe one or two things you learned and a recommendation, and then we'll call it a day for money conversation with Chiedozie Okeke. Do you have anybody who wants to say something?
All right. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Amaka.
Yeah. All right. So, one of the things I picked and I want to talk about is recording every expenses you make. That's one thing I find difficult to do. Even if for instance I might get something of 500 or 1,000 or 2,000, I don't record it. I feel it's not necessary and all of that. But this class, more like this teaching today, has really given me so many reasons on why I should record every expenses I make and know how to know if I'm improving and know when I'm spending too much and know when I'm not spending too much. So I think that's one of the things I want to say. Thank you so much, sir, for the opportunity.
All right, thank you so much. It's amazing that you grabbed something. Thank you. And maybe in our next class, I'm going to ask you if you've been able to do that. Of course, we're going to have different sessions. Next, next month, we'll have another session. And of course, if you are in our Bold Money community, the all our sessions, most of our sessions, especially this period, will be free of charge, while others pay 5,000 or 10,000 to join. So that's the more reason why you should pre-order for the book immediately to have access into the Bold Money community. In our next meeting, I'm going to ask you. So begin to record from now. No, you have to have a full comprehensive record by the end of the month, right? Just start from today. Today is 15, so you have 15 more days to record how and what you spent through the month. And as we begin to progress, as we begin to have different classes and different functions, I'm going to also explain detailedly how to go about the recording, the tools you can use that will help you. We don't have plenty time now, but we're going to do that as time goes on.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, Grace. Ted, thank you so much, sir. This is eye-opening, right? Thank you. Who else is responding? I need to hear from people here. I'm not heard from Cynthia. I've not heard from, okay, let me just take from Cynthia and then we'll call it a day.
Okay. The major parts where I have so much focus on the part you said you talked about saving money in the bank, because like I've been building this habit for a long time now of saving money in the bank, like every day, daily. I just put some money. The account, I can't access it. I don't have cards for that particular account, for that savings account. And I can't transfer money with my phone. Like I can't access it anyhow. So now you're saying you were saying something about saving in the bank or maybe using it to make investments or anything. So um
Nice not to hear you. Cynthia, are you still speaking? Hello, Cynthia, are you still there? I think we've lost her. I can't hear anything from her end again. Oh, all right. So guys, it's been a day. Thank you for coming and thank you for staying true. Information is going to be flowing all through the WhatsApp platform. I thank you. I encourage you to keep at it. Thank you so much. And God bless you real good. My name is Gideon Chiedozie Okeke, and it's awesome having you today, I must confess. All right, so thank you. Feel free to go. Feel free to go. And then get further information on the platform, the WhatsApp platform where you belong to.